Hey guys, it's Miko from MO Sound Lab, and I'm super happy to announce the newest cap pack called ORNG. O-R-N-G. ORNG. ORNG. Okay, let's go through the pack, and this time I'll be using my PRS Custom 24 Navarro, the US made one, and I'll be going into the Axe-Fx III. And this is actually my preset, so as you can see there's nothing going on except for the amp and the cab, and the cab will be just the IR purely in its regular form. The amp section is a Friedman, and I essentially have everything pretty much at default. I just have a little bit more gain to kind of, demonstrate the pack a little bit better, because this actually handles high gain super well. So right now I've loaded the full pack into my Axe-Fx III, and as you can see it's here. So it has the 7B mic, 57, 121, 160, 184, 421 and the 906 mics, along with 8 real-life mixes named after some fruits for no particular reason at all. So all of these microphones have 5 brightness variations to them. A is always the darkest one and E is the brightest position. So let's start going through it with the 7B. So this is the darkest 7B position you have. And now you have the option to kind of simulate placing the microphone more to the center of the speaker, and that'll give you a brighter sound. So if I just push up on my keyboard, and finally the brightest position for the 7B microphone is this one. And all of those sounds are really awesome in my opinion. Let's jump to the next microphone. That'll be the 57. And once again, A is the darkest position and E will be the brightest position. So and that is the brightest position for the 57, and that's actually almost dead center on the speaker. So even though the cabinet has V30s in it, it's somehow darker sounding even though you place the mic dead center. So that's pretty cool. The next mic will be the 121, and I also feel like these 121 captures are some of the best 121 captures alone, meaning that you don't necessarily have to blend these. It doesn't really have that overbearing low end that many times you'll get with a 121. So and having the 121 that far away from the middle, you'll kind of have this phasey character. You may not like that, so just pull it back to the center of the speaker. I feel like the D position was kind of the coolest sounding one. So this is just the 121 microphone alone. This rarely sounds this good on its own. And the next mic will be the 160. This is also a ribbon microphone, but kind of brighter and kind of acts more like a dynamic when you're miking it. So this is what it sounds like. The darkest position. Once again, it sounds really awesome, and it's just the default settings essentially on the amp sim and this IR. That's just a single mic. I kind of trying to make a point here. It sounds really good no matter where you place the microphones on the cabinet. And the next microphone will be the 184. This is a Neumann. So this is the darkest sound for that microphone. And let's start bringing it back to a brighter position. Once again, it's really easy to make it sound super good. And the next microphone is the 421, and this particular microphone is the brightest sounding one out of the bunch. Let's gotta go through the range of tones you can get with the 421. So kind of, it's really good for that thrashy type tone. Personally, I love blending this with some of the other microphones that are more darker sounding, so you kind of get this balance of two very different tones that will sound great together. The next microphone is the 906, kind of your dynamic alternative microphone. So once again, the darkest sound is this. And that's a really good microphone on its own once again. So now let's go through the mixes. You have 8 mixes. The first one will be called Apples, and I've kind of named them alphabetically so that kind of the one that I recommend you use will be the first one, and kind of gets weirder the further away you get from that A. But you know, the Apples one is the safest option. Doesn't necessarily always mean that it's the best option for you. It's just a really safe IR mix to use. So this is what Apple sounds like. So it kind of has that modern low end to it. If I let a chord ring, it'll kind of turn into this almost diesel type tone, kind of where the low end roar takes over. Have a listen. I'm not sure if I'm good at demonstrating that, but kind of that doesn't happen with every IR. Okay, the next mix is called Bananas, and I called it Bananas because it's kind of a jumpy, bouncy type of sound, so it's just called Bananas. I don't know why. That's bananas. Sounds bananas. Okay, and the next mix is called Citrus, and it kind of has this kind of a nasally character to it, which is why I called it Citrus. So this is what it sounds like. Okay, so the next mix is called Grapefruits, and coincidentally it's one of my favorite fruits. But at the same time it's also one of my favorite mixes out of the bunch, and it's actually one of the more Mesa Boogie sounding IR mixes out of the bunch. So I'll kind of play you something like something from Petrucci or something. So that's a really good sounding mix. The next one is called Kiwi, and kind of similarly as the Citrus one, kind of has this nasally character to the top end, which cuts really nicely in a mix. So. And the next mix is called Lime, and it's kind of following a pattern. I'm sure you've followed up, but this is what the Lime one sounds like. Okay, and the seventh mix is called Mandarin. And the last, and definitely not the least, is the Tangerine mix. And this is kind of the brighter sounding, awesome sounding mixes out of the bunch. So this is kind of not necessarily the most orange type sound, but it's one of those sounds that just is super aggressive and modern, kind of more in a bright kind of mesa traditional type flavor. So this is what it sounds like. And just to refresh your mind, let's go quickly through all the mixes, so starting from the last one to the first. Okay, thank you for watching the video, and I hope you check out the new ORNG Cat Pack by ML Sound Lab, and see you guys later. Bye.